Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play.
Hello wonderful people, welcome back again to Anointed Lady TV, the home of news and politics. And we drop news every day, and we also react to every videos that comes our way. If it is your first time in this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning subscribers, we appreciate you for your massive support, and we say may God richly bless you all for supporting this channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please kindly smash on the subscribe button, put on the bell so you get to know anytime we drop a new video. I have a video to present to you this very moment, and I will be watching that video with you. And after watching, let's drop our opinion constructively at the comment section, like our videos, and also share our videos if possible. Bye for now.
I want to ask, is this Ferma meant for the entire country? Or is it meant for a section of or some area or some states? That's my first question. If it's meant for the entire country, can you tell me the offense of the area I come from? You know, this thing is not funny. It's not funny, you know. When I go through this budget, I look at some areas, 500 million, 300 million. And when you go to some areas, you see 30 million, 10 million, 25 million. Mr. MD or DG, is it MD or DG?
MD.
MD, please, you have to change this method. If you are not the one that started it, you need to change it. There are some areas in this country that don't even know there's anything called Ferma. And it's unfair. I was just complaining to my chairman now. I've been in this committee now for how many? Even me as a person, I can't say, look at, because of me, that they should do this half a kilometer, even a minute a kilometer. That we do call it. What is the list?
I just want to be very sure that your staff, the executive directors and all the senior staffs that stood for you, deliver our dissatisfaction for your non-attendance of the budget defense meeting. This process of approving your budget had taken one of the longest and so many meetings that I've ever seen in this Senate. And I discovered that probably the reason is that there is too much dividing line between this committee and your agency. You can hear what Senator Obba said. There's no way you can even influence any project for his community here, because he's probably not aware of any project they are doing in his community. In my own community, I see a lot of activity of Ferma, but I don't know anything about it, so I cannot even politically take advantage of it. We want to, as a member of this committee, we want to take political advantage of some of your projects we are doing in our community. We want to say that, okay, we know about it, we facilitate it, we are aware of it. So I think that with time, it is good for us to probably blunt this dividing line. It is just as if, for many of these communities, it's just as if Ferma is unreachable. Ferma cannot be influenced for a project in our community, and ditto for all the Senate. So I don't know, Mr. Chairman, I don't know if processes can be built that will allow us to communicate more frequently with Ferma and to be able to influence one or two projects for our community.
For distinguished Senator Obinna, I really understand, and I support you in your disappointment in the provisions. I will just make a simple correction. we are not totally absent from Ebonyi State. I'm not giving an excuse, but even as we talk now, Ferma is actively involved in quick rehabilitation on Abakaliki towards the Enugu State border. And from Abakaliki... Yes, sir.
Enugu, Abakaliki Road, yes, where?
Where?
Sir.
No.
The MD.
Sir,
Let me just tell you.
Even the Commissioner for Works, all of them, they are aware of that. It's ongoing.
Excuse me, please, for crying out loud. I'm living in the boundary between Enugu and Ebonyi. My community is the boundary. I'm from Nkalagu. And from Nkalagu to Abakaliki, I drive there almost every day. There's no single project that is going on there. Unless you are telling me that the flyover that's being constructed by the governor is that you are doing it. That's the only project that is going on there.
Sir, can I finish? It's about 45-kilometer road from Abakaliki to the Enugu State border. To the Enugu State border.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay. A direct what? But I wanted to finish the explanation. Sir, can I finish? Okay. I'm not saying we've done the whole of the road. This is a road that even the Honorable Minister is aware. We have met with the Honorable Minister and has spoken to the Governor. The first 7 kilometers of the road is the worst section, starting from Abakaliki, from Chain 0 to about 7.5. That's where we are working at now. Sir, I did not say we have reached the Enugu State border yet, but we are on it, and you can be sure we will continue with it. And that's not just Ferma, it's a ministerial order. Now, also from Abakaliki to Afikpo, that's another bad section. Fortunately, there are subsisting contracts of the Ministry of Works there, and there are contractors there that are not being funded, and therefore there is no work. But the minister has taken note of it. You can ask him to confirm. And there are ongoing instructions for the contractors to go back and fix some critical roads. Those are at least the two issues or the two sides that I know we are working on. I'm not saying we're doing our best in Ebonyi, and I sympathize with you on that. And we will try to improve on that, generally across the state, particularly on those states that have memberships in this committee. So that's not my comment is not to make an excuse, sir, but to say that there are limitations in the resources of Ferma. We try to find the best way to utilize limited resources, and one of the best ways we know now is to liaise with members of the committee. The membership of the committee here cuts across the country. In the case of the House Committee, we even have a member from each of the state of the Federation, and we are utilizing that to reach out and draw up our list of budget. The preferred option is to have these projects in the budget, because then we can just go ahead and do it. Otherwise, we have to improvise with what is available under the overheads as direct labor interventions.
You will agree with me that it's based on what I said that made them to make the comment they made, because I said that the budget of Nigerian Ministry of Youth and Sports is far inadequate, and something needs to be done about it. Because if you look at their project for 2022, it's only 5 billion, so which cannot take the ministry anywhere. Both youth and sports development, it can't take them anywhere.
Is that why there is crisis? We know that there is crisis in sports at the moment, and one of them, which is bothering so many sports fans, including myself, is about General, the Super Eagles coach. What do you have to tell us about it? Is this crisis necessary at this moment?
Please, you know, they call this a profession gentlemen of the press. Yes. The way you are sounding is not gentle.
Okay, sorry. Let's say.
Okay, sorry, probably because I'm passionate about sports.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, please, there's no crisis in sports. There's no crisis in sports. Because you started that, whether that is why there's crisis. There's no crisis. You know, in every nation, in every country, in every aspect, people will like something, others will not like it. But you have to look for the best. The coach, so many people say, has called for his sack. You understand? He need to be discussed because he had an agreement. He had an agreement with the sports operators in football. There's a way you will sack him if you don't pay a certain amount of money. FIFA will ban Nigeria. And when they ban, you will also complain. So why not allow the football operators to do the needful by discussing, finding the way out? You know, the Nations Cup, mind you, the man, part of the agreement is for him to qualify for Nations Cup.
He has done that.
And he has done that. So how do you feel? No matter how he qualified, you understand? Now the next thing is World Cup, and it's still on. You understand? So for me, I'm not Amaju Pinnick, who is the president of NFF, but I'm also a board member. So I can tell you authoritatively that something is being done. Among us, many of us has called, yes, this man need to step aside. You understand? But it's not something you just, said for saying sake. There has to be a discussion, there will be a meeting, there will be so many things has to be taken into consideration before, even if you warrant sacking him, then we sack. If you warrant not sacking him, then so be it. But please, exert patience. Some of us are calling for his sack, but you don't stand up your own and say sack. There must be a meeting, and the meeting will agree that the man should be sacked because it was agreed before he was employed.
Thank you very much.
That's why I say the process must be followed. And if you just do it because you want to do it, it may earn us spending a lot of money that we may not even have the money to pay. And when you fail to pay the money, then the hammer will come. And when the hammer will come, Nigerians don't want to hear that.